How's everybody doing tonight? I am tonight going to cover my latest trade, I will call it. I didn't purchase it. I traded a couple of things for it. Um, and I got it. It is a Bruder, 16th scale Bruder, RC converted by Magom. And basically it has the whole metal plate in here, the bearings, it's all Magom. Um, when I got it, the bottom slew gear, the slew did not work. It's because this hub that's on the very bottom of this unit is soldered to a shaft that goes clear through. The solder had broken loose. So I had to pull it completely apart to get that part out, get it up on the bench in the vise, and re-solder it really good. And but if it ever quits turning again, I'll know what's wrong. I had thought about drilling in it and pinning it, but I decided against that because if I drill it and pin it, well, then that weakens the shaft as well. So that's what I did. I got it basically less the receiver, less the radio, no battery, and it had plastic tracks on it. And to cover the tracks, these tracks are from a 580 Hoyna track. You can buy them online, and I've got a couple of different suppliers for them. And they fit perfectly. There's just a little bit of slop to them, but that's okay. I like the tracks to be just a little loose, not too tight. I don't like them fiddle string tight, due to the fact that robs power. And we'll get to the speed of this thing later on in the video. But I actually went and put my own light kit in it with a couple of 5mm lights here and 2 3mm lights there. I actually went and put, this is 32nd, might as well say 16 thick Lexan polycarbonate plastic. It is very durable, very strong, very easy to cut and machine and make it to any shape you want. I use that stuff due to the fact that if you just go get some thin plexiglass, first time you drill a hole, you tighten a bolt to it or do anything with it, or try cutting it, it cracks and it's very brittle. The Lexan polycarbonate, to me, is one of the very nicest ways to go. And it works well. I actually fastened it on the inside of the cab with a 3M adhesive, a double-sided adhesive. I went around the edges and then pressed it in and holds it in place. Now, I went and I put a figure in here when I was redoing the cab and everything, due to the fact that the factory cab, the door doesn't open. Not a deal breaker for me. I'll put the figure in that I want, get him positioned in there, glue him in place due to the fact if I ever move it and jostle it around, then I have to pull the cab all apart to get him back in. So he's stationary and there permanently. Now, I'm trying not to forget anything. But I actually went and built a battery tray in this to set across the pump so that I can set the battery in there freely and not worry about it rubbing against the motor or any of the wires being in the way. I've got my auxiliary switch in here. I have the light kit all tucked up in here. Not the light kit, the sound kit. And I'm not sure if I've covered that yet. That is the SG RC model sound. The model SZ-03 is the model for the sound kit. Now, these were something that was for like a four-wheel drive off-road 10th scale. I got the housings and the lights for that, and then I have that all powered and hooked to my auxiliary light switch, which is another channel on the radio. Currently, I have all the channels used on the radio. There's not a slot open for anything more. I do have the pump is hooked to channel 5 on here, and it is just a switch on and off. I don't have it mixed or anything yet. Let's see whether we can just get it started up. We'll do a little bit of runtime here. Nice thing is this will actually pulls up out of the way so you can get. And okay, saying, oh, battery came unplugged. All right. And this has got a Dean's plug adapter to it. I'm not a fan of Dean's plugs because I don't think they stay plugged in very good. And I may go back and change that because the machine is actually set up for an XT60 plug. There we go. Now, I've got the beacon automatically is on. It's on to one of the channels in the radio. It's not on a channel, it's actually on a battery port. So as soon as I hook the battery up, I can't change the rotation of the beacon or nothing, but this is fine. I don't need 4 rotations on a beacon. This is fine, the way it works for me. One thing you will notice is on these Magoms, the slew gear has got some slop to it. But the pinion gear in here is actually mounted on a slotted spot, so I can tighten that up a little bit. I thought I got it snug enough, but I didn't. That's basically just take some bolts out, pull the house off, and slide, loosen some bolts and move some stuff around. Not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker for me. I'm used to old used equipment, so it's all right. Now, the one thing I've noticed is the pumps are very loud. It is very loud. Hence the reason why I decided to add the sound kit. It does have very slow movements. And I'll be honest with you, that's good. Now, the sound system I have on a switch where if I have to pull it all the way to start it up, one click and it's running on high idle. Then it takes it back to an idle. And then I wired up the horn. Now, the tracks are pretty slow. They are super slow, but you know what? That's okay with me. I'm fine with that. They're just little gear motors is what they're using for them. And you know what? An excavator doesn't move very fast to begin with. I don't think so. And other than that, I think I've covered pretty much everything. Other than we'll just swing her around here, and I'll turn the lights on. So anyway, I think everything I've covered pretty much. It's been a fun project. I started on this Saturday morning. I had another project I was working on too, so and I just kind of worked it in, put the tracks on, I had to basically unsolder the motors and pull the wires out so I could get that shaft out and resoldered that at the bottom. So I basically had this whole machine basically gutted so I could get that torn apart. And it was a nice 2-day weekend that I could work on it. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm hoping to get some good days where I can go out and actually do some digging with it and see how well it does in the dirt. That's one of the questions everybody asks me. Well, how good does it do in the dirt? Well, I don't know yet. I just got it finished and put back together probably a half hour, 45 minutes before I made this video. So, and it's already dark now that we've eliminated daylight savings time, and it's dark at 5 o'clock anymore. So anyway, I hope you guys found the video somewhat informational. I'm sure I've forgotten something, as I always do. But if you have any questions, go ahead and question me. If you're not a current subscriber, hit the subscribe button. I'm doing all kinds of these little different videos, and I do some run videos and whatnot. And so, anyway, I hope you guys have a good night and a good day tomorrow and good rest of the year. So, catch you guys later.